Hi, my name is Canty, and I'd like to welcome you to the Win Happy podcast. I love chatting to people from all walks of life about their lives and their careers, about the choices they make along the way to pursue their happiness, and what winning actually means to them. I hope you enjoy these conversations as much as I do. Thanks for listening. On night 2 of the Berlinale Film Festival, there was a second screening of the movie Christy, in a more intimate venue and a chance to meet, relax and properly watch the film. During the course of the evening, I spoke with some of the stars behind the movie, and I also hit the record button during the cabin crew performance and the question and answer session with the cast and the audience after the show. The film really connected with the audience, and while the questions they asked were really interesting, some of the answers were quite hilarious. You just might get a flavour of real Cork, like. The movie was about real lives. It captured both the dark and the light, and in many ways, it was art imitating life. On today's podcast, I captured some of the magic from this very special night. I hope you enjoy the show. Before the film started, I managed to chat with Emmet Fleming from Sleeper Films, one of the producers, to get his perspective of the movie.
How are we doing?
Good.
You want to describe the theatre where we are?
Small, cosy little theatre compared to the big 1,000-seater last night. My name's Emmet. I'm the head of production at Sleeper Films.
Like, you're seeing, no, the proof is in the eating.
It is.
It was shown last night in front of a big audience.
It was
so I know you were saying to me, you've seen it more than once.
I've seen it plenty of times. Still gets me in the stomach every time.
Seeing it yesterday with a fresh audience, an international audience. How do you think it went?
Well, it went brilliantly. It was amazing to see it with the German audience compared to seeing it last week with the Cork audience, because we knew, home crowd, and that was going to go down well, and they were going to
friends and family,
but they were going to get all the humour and they were going to get everything. So it was interesting to see it then with 1,000 German people, see where they'd laugh, how they'd react, and they did. They found their own way in. They were kind of laughing into some surprising places and great places. I mean, it was, they got it. I really felt it. They got it.
So maybe the north side of Cork City is a strange way of connecting with international audiences, a way we never thought before.
Yeah, well, it's just a universal film, isn't it? That's all. It's universal themes, and it just kind of grabs everyone.
So the Knocknaheeny Tourist Trail, there's going to be a throng of international visitors. Yeah, Wild Atlantic Way, get out of the way.
It'll be like the Harry Potter theme.
Exactly. Yeah. We're going to have Romanians looking for where did the bonfires happen. Bring your own tyre. Bring your own cupboard. Be really good. So what are you up to at the moment?
We've got a few other things in the works. We shot one in the UK last summer called In the Shadows. That's in post. And a few other things bubbling.
Cool. Emmet, thanks a million.
Thanks a million.
Come on, cheers.
Greg.
Enjoy the night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I then bumped into one of the young stars of the movie, Jamie Forde, aka Robot, who explained to me how he got involved in the cabin, which led to his career as a rapper and an actor.
So, who have I got here?
Jamie Forde, aka Robot.
Yeah, now you've got a microphone in your hand. What's that all about?
Because we're going to perform and doing a little performance before the premiere.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Excited.
Yeah, and tell me what's your connection with the movie?
So, I play Robot, which is a character in the movie.
Yeah.
And which Brendan Canty asked me to do.
Yeah, okay, very good. When was Robot invented? When did he first make an appearance?
2019, I think.
Yeah, that was for the short, wasn't it?
Yeah, for the short.
Was that the first time you did anything like that?
I think it was the first time, yeah.
Yeah, and you had great fun.
Very great fun.
And you're part of the cabin crew, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
How did you get involved with that, tell me?
So basically, I went to a place called The Hut and Grona brought her a Cork because I liked my neighbour. Basically, I liked my neighbour singing.
Okay.
But I rap, you see. And
have you got a rap for me there, have you?
I'll do one in a minute.
Okay, I'll record you in a minute properly. Okay, fair enough.
But I liked my neighbour singing, you see.
Yeah.
And her voice, I just loved her voice.
Yeah.
And then she told me I should get in contact with this place called The Hut. So she told me go to this place called The Hut. And that's when I met Gary McCarthy, GMC. And I went to The Hut, and I can't even remember when I started. I'd say when I was about 10, could be wrong. And then as I got older, I went to this place called The Cabin.
Right.
As you get older, you go to this place called The Cabin Studio in Auchnahini. It's basically a metal box.
Yeah, the metal box.
Yeah,
a lot happens in that metal box.
Oh, yeah.
And what does happen there? Like, you know, when you went through that door day one, what was the story there?
It was mad, to be fair. Like, to think that metal box was like to where it is now, it's mad. To think like that metal box was just where we record rap, where we do like our acting workshops that we used before.
And tell me the name Robot. When did that come about?
I think it was the same time as the short, because it was Brendan who actually gave me the name Robot. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, not a bother.
Yeah.
And I've been called Robot in person. When I was in primary school, I actually kept on getting called Robot by the teachers and stuff. So I was grand and happy. And to think it's in Berlin now is mad.
That's pretty huge.
That's huge. It's mad.
You're enjoying Berlin, yeah?
Yeah, loving it.
Well, listen, best of luck with the performance.
Thank
and listen,
you.
Looking forward to hearing you. I'll be recording you, and I will put it in the podcast after. Have I your permission to do that, have I?
Of course.
Fair play
of
to
course.
you. Good man yourself too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Take it easy.
Before the movie began, an unsuspecting German audience were treated to a special performance by the cabin crew, led by Darren Stewart, aka Tiny. The songs are funny and the songs are real Cork.
So hello, my name is Darren Stewart, my stage name is Tiny, and I am here with some of the cast from Christy. What you will find out is that we're all musicians. So basically you might have heard of this little place called The Cabin Studio, or The Cabin Crew, from the song that went viral last year called The Spark, over the summer, or not last year, over the summer. But so we're basically just going to kick it off with a little performance, free. So yeah, let's do it. So beforehand, I'm just going to teach you something. I just want you to sing along with us. So when I say, do you like what we do? I want you to all say, yeah, boy. Do you think you could do that for me? Okay, guys, let's try it, okay? Do you like what we do? Yeah, boy. Thank you guys, love you all so much. Let's hit the music, man. Let's hit the music. Do you like what we do? Yeah, boy. Wanna be in the crew? Yeah, boy. Wanna hear something new? Yeah, boy. We're gonna blow off the roof? Yeah, boy. Do you like what we do? Yeah, boy. Wanna be in the crew? Yeah, boy. Wanna hear something new? Yeah, boy. We're gonna blow off the roof? Yeah, boy. I'm super mad, but I can't start doing better. When I start to write, the beats I be killing. I can never lose because I'm always winning. I'm from Ferrit, it's the place to be. Where the boys are cool and the girls are mean. You love tear up on a bike, put her on the green. Passing by my house while I'm trying to go to sleep. Vroom, vroom, they're going down the back road while I be waiting sick rats chilling at home. I'm a mini Slim Shady. I had a mic, not a rattle in my hand as a baby. Boys wanna
The songs are clever and the songs have youth and energy.
I think you might recognize this one.
Let's do it! Make some noise!
Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. You got the energy, we tell you all about it. I sucks from my spot and I learned it. Everybody in the crowd stop bouncing. Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. You got the energy, we tell you all about it. I sucks from my spot and I learned it. Everybody in the crowd stop bouncing. Thinking back out at a young age.
The songs are tender and they tell real stories and they're performed by some great, talented kids.
I'm not running from my problems. I'm not running from the truth. I'm not running away from my fears. And I'm not running away from you.
songs tell the stories of young lives on the north side of Cork.
What is song in the north side from the movie? Let's go! Chan, I wanna go back when doing homework, but we only just in. Sitting down eating dinner with my dad, still cooking up his spare tea. When I'm sitting laughing, straight out the door, used to people were the push dog bikes in the green. The max with the foot, the bike brought a ball, so I played in the net. And I jumped on the top cause I save it. Check this scrawny kid wearing gloves too big. Jockey little fella, but like a toothpick. It was a mad laugh, you know, when it's lights out, no tops and a night drop till it's lights out. Knock the heat resident, got street intelligence. People roll hair to put Jack to shame. There's no equivalent, speak with no ignorance. Cause you got smacked and go hook to your face. What is the sound in the north side? What? Who keeps it loud in the north side? Always stay proud in the north side. Yo, 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 hey, that's how we do it in Cork. That's how we do it in Cork, kid. That's how we do it in Cork. That's how we do it in Cork, kid. What's cracking? I put skins in the chair every day with no fear. I'm a local celebrity. You'll never get me out of here, no. Just my community, the people that I care. Oh, family, Nash, Bory, Ferrit. It's scenes on the scene, on the green, when the sun's out. Get the guns out, when you see the weeds go with the nails. Run up, front up, straight up from your bed, no, I don't love peace out. Cause I'm the boss, man. You don't wanna get clear marks on your socks, man. Even in the chair, I run the place and the shades. No, the naughties, they love the blaze. On the night, it's like a north side festival. So yours better be wheelchair accessible. What is the sound in the north side? What? Who keeps it loud in the north side? Always stay proud in the north side. Yo, 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 hey!
Thank you very much to Jamie Forde, Cara, Cullen, Emmet, and Darren, Stewart, the performers, also part of the cast of Christy, and also a warm welcome to the 75th Berlin International Film Festival and the Berlinale Los Kiez, and a warm welcome to City Kino Wedding, and there's nothing more to add. You're going to see the energy that you just saw. So in the movie that you're going to see Christy, and that was also the opening film of the Generation K+ section. So yes, Christy, and I'm happy also afterwards for seeing that I'm getting on stage for Q&A. So, well, Christy.
Now it was time to sit back and watch the movie. Once again, the movie gripped me and it took me on an emotional journey from start to finish. And at the end, I found myself quietly wiping back the tears as Brendan's and some of the stars took the stage for questions from the excited audience. First we heard from Brendan and Danny Power, who played Christy, tell the story of the movie and the role of the cabin. And then we heard from Ema Willis, who played Stacy. She spoke about the strong feminine roles and how the development workshops led to some improvisation.
So, Brendan, I start with you. I imagine you also were born in Cork, right?
Correct.
So also it's a kind of patriotic movie somehow.
Yeah, Sebastian said last night that it's a love letter to Cork. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, actually there was a short film named Christy some years ago, and then from this short film you made a feature film. So when was the moment you decided, oh, that's a story I want to elevate, I want to tell more about, I want to make a feature film out of?
Well, when I say we, me, Alan O'Gorman, the writer, we started writing this as a feature film and we had no clue how to turn it into a feature film. It was kind of a mess of ideas, and in the middle of that mess was a kind of short film that wasn't so much of a mess. So we made the short, and when we made the short film, when we were casting it, we came across a place called the Cabin Studios, which is like a porta cabin. I mean, you've seen them all. The Cabin Studios, it's like a porta cabin in the north side of Cork City that teaches kids how to make hip-hop music. And first, I think Gary put me onto Danny and Jamie and Darren, and so we cast these kids, and they just blew our minds. And then we made the short. Now we had like these people to like anchor these characters on. Like when we were writing, we weren't just like coming up with characters. We had these like people to draw on, and like, oh, what amazing people and characters. We heard their stories and stories from people on the short and stuff like that. And like we went back after the short again to the feature with just like so much more energy and ideas, and it just kind of, I say it wrote itself. It definitely didn't. It was a long enough process, but yeah, it just really came together there.
So great that you did it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So first, some question for Jenny. How can we imagine the atmosphere on set, because the movie has so much energy, so we feel also so comfortable watching you acting. So how was it? Like, was it the whole day a party, or I don't know? I mean, of course it was hard work, I imagine.
It was hard work. It's not easy, trust me. But it was like a party every day. Not an actual party, but we all had loads of fun because we all know each other so long. We've all worked together for ages. Like I've worked with all the kids and stuff and the rapping and stuff for years. And I know Brendan now since I'm 17, so it was a long process from the short film from 17. I only done it like 2 years ago, so it was a trek. But I made it. I got there in the end.
So, Emma, actually, Brendan, he told me outside that there's this scene where you are dancing with Shane, some intimate moment also between lovers. I know being parent is actually not the moment to be lovers, but this is the scene. And he told me that you kind of inspired him for this scene. How did that happen? And also, was there some improvisation on the set also, or was there a detailed script, or how can we imagine that?
Yeah, I love telling the story.
What you told me.
So about a year before the film was shot, we did a development week, and that was the first time I had come on board and met the guys, and it was an amazing week. And to play kind of the only female in the room at the time was great, but it was quite heavy. Some of the topics we were discussing and scenes we were improvising, and I went home one day and I was like, I don't know why this girl is still with this fella. Besides them having a baby, I was like, come on, they're still a young couple. They still have to have a bit of like, something. So I wrote a big long email to Brendan and I said, tomorrow, can we just improv a scene where we're just like, alone without the baby, maybe a little bit tipsy, and just like reminiscing about like when they used to be like madly in love, but they still fancy each other, you know what I mean? And so we got up the next day and I think we did like a 10-minute improv, me and Dermot, who plays Shane. And the song we used actually at the time is the song that plays in the film. And then Alan got his hands on it, the writer, and he wrote that beautiful scene, yeah. So yeah, we improv'd it, but then like the writer, like all the words are his own, yeah.
Thank God you came up with that, because it's such a crucial scene for the film, because I think without it, like what you said, it's like Shane, like the audience might think he's just being too hard on Christy, or like not a nice guy or whatever, and it's like, but I've always been a big defender of Shane. Like he's trying to help his brother in the only way he knows how. He's trying to deal with his own stuff. So it was really important that there was a scene in the centre of the film that shows that side of him and lets the audience warm to him. So yeah, thank God you came up with that.
The very curious audience asked about the foster system in Ireland and the anger issues that followed, and questioned where the positivity in the movie came from.
Thank you to everyone for this really moving film. I have a question regarding Christy's anger issues, because what I got a bit confused about is, were we supposed to think that the whole incident in Cork was provoked by the foster brother, and once he was out of there he was getting better, or was there some influence from his cousins that he maybe on a subconscious level still had to have these anger issues, or was it left ambiguous for a reason? Thank you.
I think Christy at that stage had just been, our idea for it was just, he might have a different idea, like he'd been moved around so much in his life and he'd never dealt with any of his traumas, so everything just came to a head one time and he ended up boxing the head off your foster brother and getting kicked out. But it was kind of like something had to change in Christy's life, and when he wasn't talking, it just comes out in other ways, and it came out in violence for Christy, and like that's how he kind of dealt with something in the start, and in the end when he's actually talking and communicating, it's just so much more healthy or something like that. I don't know, does that make sense? In the workshops, we tried to figure out, we had a lot of unanswered questions like that, and we kind of put it to the actors in the workshop to try and figure those things out with us, which is really cool. Anything to add?
No, that was everything.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for making this beautiful film and showing up and coming here all the way. It's super clear that you have so much love and fun making the film. I can't speak for the other members of the audience, of course, but it felt like there was so much tension throughout the film, right? I mean, it's like something has to go wrong at some point. I mean, if this were any other film, if this were a Cannon Road film, something would have happened, Shane would have got wasted by Troy's gang, or something would have happened to Christy, or she was looking for Christy. But it's very light-hearted. You always keep it quite happy and it's always positive. Was that in the writing all the way through, or were there any kind of twists that you thought of, or is there a specific reason why it's always kind of in that positive mood?
I think the specific reason was, when we wrote the short film, it was probably a bit more serious, and then we came across this cast who are from the area. A lot of them have dealt with some issues very similar to some of the characters, and yet, I mean, they're just most charming and funny and wonderful people, and it just wouldn't be right to tell a story like this and just make it dark and moody, that's not the reality of this place, so it had to have the light with the dark. It was the only way to do it, and at the end it's a film with heart and a positive message, and I always wanted it to be that way. Hopefully young audiences, hopefully kids that have been in the care system around the world can see and feel represented and feel like they can have a future.
The audience was even more curious about this place called Cork, and it was left to Cara Cullen, who played Leona in her first acting role, to explain exactly how special it is and how the part in the film came so easy to her.
Hi, thanks again for the movie. I didn't know I was coming here to watch this movie. It was a surprise. Because 20 years ago I actually met my wife in Cork. We're going back actually in April to visit again after 20 years, and I wanted to hear from you as this is a love letter to Cork. What is so special for you about Cork?
Don't ask a Cork person that. How long do you have?
To promote it,
Oh God. Cork is just the most amazing place in the entire world. I'm not just saying that because I'm from there, but there's just something different about it. Everyone says, when they go to Ireland, they're let's visit Dublin, let's go to Temple Bar, let's go to the Cliffs of Moher, and all these famous touristy locations, but everyone in Cork is just so lovely. No, but it's honestly beautiful as well. We've Kinsale, and it's by the seaside, and there's loads of colourful houses, and down by Cove. Sorry, I'm gonna ramble on for ages. But yeah, I just think, I know, especially for me to answer it. But yeah, Cork is just incredible. You should definitely go. You should definitely go.
So I will ask just one quick question. Cara, as you have the microphone, when I can put it like this, you joined the project being a musician, but you're not a real professional actor, can I put it like this? But, the acting was amazing and it felt so naturally. So can you tell somehow, how did you do that?
Why did you feel so comfortable to be able to act like this?
So I feel like for my entire life, I've just been like a drama queen anyway. Just so like when I was like, my mum used to always say that like I could sing and dance and act before I could like walk and talk. So I've been a member of the Cabin Studio for the last 7 years, and I'm in a girl group called Mishnock, and that's actually where Brendan spotted me, and he got onto Gary and he was like, Gary, who is this girl? Like, get me her number, get her to audition. So it was kind of like nerve-wracking to come into this situation, but also at the same time it wasn't, because I knew Brendan from the short film, and like I work with all these people practically every day and like for the past 7 years. And then I knew Danny as well from working in the cabin as well. So we've just known each other all for years. So it was like just one family hopping from place to place and just working together in different locations. So it was just really easy and like comfortable to start working. It was nerve-wracking because it was my first acting job that I've ever done, but it was just so easy to do because Leona is so similar to me anyway, because I was playing a 17-year-old from Knocknaheeny with a single mum, and I'm literally I was a 17-year-old girl from Knocknaheeny with a single mum, like. So it was just really easy for me to get in tune with the character and like relate to her so much. So it was just very easy.
And now when you watch it, like, how does it feel? I mean, I'm still, oh no, what did I do there? Or are you like, wow, that's me?
Kind of both. Like, I'm very critical of myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, I don't think I should have done that, or like, why did I put that part in? But I just think the movie is amazing, and I'm just so happy the way that it turned out. And my favourite part was to see like what got in and what didn't, because especially with like the friend group in the film, we rambled on for hours and hours with improv, just like talking shit pretty much the whole time, just saying random things. So yeah, it was just incredible, to be honest. Yeah.
When you came with a stipulation, she was just like, I just don't do improv, I just only do scripted. I was like, oh yeah, okay. And what was the first scene I gave you?
So I was really terrified. I was like, I've never done improv before, I don't think I can do it at all. Just like, tell me what to say and I'll say it, I don't care. And then the first scene that we shot was when myself and Christy are walking across the entire field, and the entire thing is improv. They were like, walk across this field, you can only talk, he's not going to respond to you, I just keep rambling on. And I was like, okay, he cuts your hair, and I was just really panicking. But yeah, so the whole thing was improv, the whole scene. Yeah.
How close was the film to real life was a big question, and rapper Bony Tabone, in his first acting role, took this topic on honestly.
How much of in the movie reminds you of your real life?
I can speak for myself, but I speak for everybody as well. And there was a real sense of community with this film. I think everybody kind of brought their own personality to it, but we did work really hard on our characters. And Brendan hosted these workshops beforehand. It was about a year before we started filming. And that was crucial to all of us kind of finding out who our character was. It wasn't in the script, it wasn't in the story, but we still came up with this big, mad background to everybody. And it gave us the freedom to kind of put our own twist on our character. So, like, I know for a fact Danny was definitely, Christy and Danny are very kind of alike. Not so much myself and Johnny. But, you know, it was still, I still felt comfortable, but it's just that whole sense of community that was there during the filming process. But the workshops beforehand were so crucial to that. So I think there's a lot of who we are in it, and there's also a lot of good acting as well. So.
Jamie Forde, the power centre of the movie, explained to the audience what the Cabin Studio is and how it works and the starring role it plays in the movie, and more importantly in the community in Knocknaheeny and Cork.
So Jamie, we have talked a lot about the energy of the movie, but somehow I feel that you are like the power center of this group dynamic from the young people. So
I don't know, tell me about that. How did you prepare for acting, or wasn't it acting, or is it similar to what Cara told us, or can you tell us a little bit? Also, I would really like to know more about the cabin studio. So first you can, and also Ian, I don't know, we could just also elaborate on this, but yes.
So basically, we done the short film in 2019, was it? Yeah, and I've been working with Brendan ever since, and I actually love working with Brendan. And when he told me that we were doing this and that I get to act again, I was really happy.
And do you feel yourself like the power center of the movie, or I mean, I don't know, you connect, feel somehow that you connect them all?
Well, yeah.
And what is the cabin studio? What do you do there? And is it, I don't know, it's like a social project, or I mean, of course, it's a music project, but also it's like for the young people there that they have somewhere to go or somewhere to.
Yeah, it's basically somewhere to go up in the Knocknaheeny up in Cork, in the north side of Knocknaheeny. It's basically a metal box, as we call it. That's what it is, it's a metal box. Converted into a cabin, of course. But we call it's a mad metal box, basically. That's where we do rapping, bit of acting, bit of everything.
And you have all the technique there, so you can, I don't know, to do the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny was asked about his hairdressing skills, which was a very poignant question, as the simple act of cutting hair resulted in some of the most tender moments in the movie.
Quick one, Danny, do you cut hair in real life?
I'm not a barber, but I can cut hair. Yeah, I can cut hair, but I don't do it for a job or anything. Like, but if you need a razor, I'm down for it.
Christy special.
Yeah, I'll give you a good Christy special. It's not cheap though. Oh well, it's not going to work. I work in weeks too, so don't worry.
Brendan spoke about the movie being like a community project with art imitating life. And to bring the performance to a close, we hear a rap from Ema Tabone.
No. Just one last question, Brendan. Also, do you feel like this film project also like something you're giving back to Cork, something you're giving to young people, like a social project somehow to gather all these people together to can make experience, or like to offer them something?
It just 100%. It's like a community project about community, like and the healing power that community and family and friends can have, and it's kind of like imitating art. I think the whole process of making it brought everyone together, and we're all here now in front of it. It's a mad experience. We're not processing it. I don't think we'll ever process it. It's just special, and like to go on this journey with everybody, and hopefully it'll make such a difference to all of our lives. It already has, speaking for myself, but hopefully it can inspire other people like around the world as well, other young people.
Should I give you the microphone to do one last rap? No, right? No, okay. So, Ian, so please.
Oh, these two raw
Really?
I just set this up.
There's a life hack for casting like non-actors, rappers. They're like amazing actors. And Ian Bony, we call him Bony, never acted before, but but like an insane rapper in Cork. You're like a cult rap hero. And there was only one person in mind to play the role of Jammy after seeing some of his rap tapes, and I had to convince him for a while, but anyway, show them why.
I just heard before I start, I just want to elaborate a bit on Jamie's answer for the cabin, because it is a really special place. And when Gary, the cabin director, started off the cabin, it was basically a rap. It was basically a rap writing workshop with Gary's own equipment, and it started out with a small group of people who came along. Gary wrote raps with them, recorded, made beats. They went home with a song at the end of the session, and it grew and grew. And it's not just rapping now; it's singing, it's dancing, it's acting, it's graphic design. It's so much more. They have 2 billion views on the track online. They toured around the world in Europe doing gigs and stuff like that. So it's more than just a metal box now. It's a real studio. It's a company now. You know what I mean? So well done to the cabin. Alright, check it out. Bone season well, we steam the veg and hit 'em with the cream quenelle. Smoke blowing in the wind like the leaves that fell. That evening spell, a breeze with the greenest smell. The scheme's a 10, the way it all feel and blend, you needn't tell. This finna keep it real as well, speak with sense. I'm just here to eat and send them headshots ringing out like the Easter bells. It leaves them dead. Ain't no time to seek revenge, just meet the end. We're all gonna be equal then, no need to dwell. I'm just here to eat and send them headshots shit. Speak with sense, the penmanship got the mind feel completely zen. We each ascend. Even if my weakest cell was behind bars, you still couldn't beat me then. How much higher can this elevator get? I spit fire, bullet penetrated jet. I'm feeling like we about to celebrate my death. Wheeze heavy in the chest, shit, I better take a breath.
Before leaving the theatre, I grabbed a few words of Brendan. I spoke with Cara Cullen, and finally I spoke with Danny Stewart, aka Tiny, who brought the whole topic of the movie home for me.
Yeah, I was wrecked earlier. I'm getting a second wind now. I'm going to crash soon.
So beer gardens?
Yeah, I'll go for 1 or 2 and then I'm like going to crash. Yeah. But this is special. Today has been lovely. Like, this is just... There was a tension last night, you know, like it's serious, it's
pressure
premiere.
last
But now
night.
this is just relaxed. Like, how was that screening?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah?
The lads had so much fun at the beginning, the dancing and stuff. And no one in the crowd was expecting anything like that.
I know, yeah.
So we kicked the legs up later and they're all like, what the fuck are we...
I know.
What's going to happen here then, huh?
I know.
Yeah, that was amazing. Hey, can I chat to you?
Yeah.
Good.
No problem.
Yeah, so what's your name?
Cara, Cullen. I am at the Berlinale Film Festival for the world premiere of our movie called Christy.
Of our movie? Oh dear, you in the movie?
Yes, I am in the movie. I play a character named Leona. I'm like the love interest of the film.
Yeah, I was watching it. You were amazing.
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Did you have great fun?
Yes. Oh my God, it's been a whirlwind of a weekend. Yeah.
And you're a singer as well. Oh my God, almighty. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been singing all my life, practically. Yeah.
And how did you start off singing?
I just started when I was practically born.
Yeah.
It just came out of my mouth one day and I haven't stopped since.
And the acting part?
The acting, well, Christy's actually my first acting like on-screen experience. But before that I did like little musicals and plays inside secondary school and you know your Christmas concert in primary school and stuff like that. But yeah, I just take it as it comes, to be honest with you.
So has this changed your mind about what you're going to do in the future and stuff?
Definitely. I'm really confused as to what to do, but I feel like acting is definitely going to be some part of my future anyway.
You can do anything now, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
It's amazing. Yeah, well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
My name is Darren Stewart. Most people know me as Tiny, that's my stage name, but I am here in
You used to be
Berlin.
Tiny, you're not Tiny anymore. I have bad news for you, like.
I can't get rid of it. I'm only beating myself down at this
How can
stage.
Tiny not be Tiny?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame, like.
What's your part in the movie?
I play Ferrit. I'm one of the main characters. I'm just kind of collecting for the bonfire throughout the movie.
Yeah, and amazing. I'm part of the gang.
Exactly, yeah.
Danny's buddies, isn't it?
Yeah. Be one of Danny's young friends that he makes. He's coming up from Shannon Street and he kind of spots us in the skip. And so we kind of befriend him through that, and then he meets Leona. So.
And tell me, kind of like on a serious note, the story of the film. Can you relate to it?
I can. I definitely can. Yeah. Because because I've grown up with people like that, and I've grown up in that, and I've grown up so closely to that, and I've had my own experiences, I've had my ups and my downs and all that jazz, but you know, I've lost a parent, I know what it's like, and it fucking sucks, but you know, it's a very heartbreaking story, but you know, it's the little comedic blinks in there that kind of pull you back in, and it shows that, like what Brendan said, like there has to be light with the dark, and that's true, because Knocknaheeny isn't all bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And does the film capture that, do you think?
It does. It captures Knocknaheeny perfectly. It's a beautiful place, absolutely.
Some young people do have very hard lives, but along with the dark there is light, and in this special community people come together and support each other with warmth, humour and hope. Well done to the very special cast of Christy, and a huge shout out to Gary McCarthy, the mastermind behind The Cabin, who we will hear from in the next episode of the Win Happy podcast. Christy opens in Irish cinemas at the end of August. Have your popcorn and your Kleenex ready. Thanks for listening.
Happy I met you now tonight.